Alright, let's do this. Hello, everybody. 24 Yeetman here. Oh, I need to turn on my TV first. Where'd I put the remote? YouTube, check. Hello, Botrix. Botrix, don't miss how it's done. Dun, dun. Now, we're gonna go to USB Loader GX because it has graphical settings turned on that normal Wii mode doesn't have. That sort of make the game look better. Also, I would like to apologize for not playing this game in a while. Also, possible next stream? Eh? 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 Lego Batman, anyone? Okay, my capture card audio might be too quiet, or maybe it's my headset. Woohoo! Let's do this, chat. Okay, so I forget where we were last time. Okay, so I believe we were still on. Okay, so we were still on World 4. Okay, so the reason I always title it to the next world is to get decent progress. Now, you want to grind comets because I had to play a bit off camera to make the thumbnail, and when I did, I realized that, there's more stars that are required than we could possibly get to move on to the next world. Meaning we'll have to do more than just play the normal levels. Alright, let's do this.
said, Dubby.
For those of you who don't know, YouTube chat, I'm sorry I have almost abandoned you guys. I'm trying to do my best to be more active. I have realized the consequences of not posting as much. I just need to find an editor because, like, don't get me wrong, I want to make more full-length videos, but the problem is I just don't have the time to just sit down and make them. I mean, the dance videos, those are fine. It's just that they're pretty physically demanding, and I can't really find a good background for them. Because, if you remember from my most recent short, I actually used my own green screen instead of a filter on TikTok. Now, I'm not saying that makes me better than 95% of creators. I'm just saying that I don't need to fake my effects like most people would. Honestly, I would highly recommend getting a real green screen instead of just going with a filter on something like Snapchat or TikTok, because the big problem with those filters, and this happened in one of my videos when I tested it out due to my parents complaining about me filming in the house. The problem with those filters is they might accidentally cut off the wrong parts. So yes, it is the expensive solution. Actually, no, it's not even that expensive because like you just get like some completely green blanket for around 20 bucks. I mean, that's like an hour and a few minutes of work, so yeah, it's pretty easy to get. Okay, come on, Piranha Plant, move. Also, I love this level as an homage to Super Mario Bros. 3. I always hated these speedrun levels. Also, another thing I don't like about this game is the fact that they went for making a reboot instead of a sequel. Don't get me wrong, great game, absolutely love it, but I feel like there's more that could have been done. I guess like the events of Galaxy 1 sort of forced its follow-up to be a reboot because it resets the universe at the end of the game. Was that a JoJo reference, chat? Alright, I have half a minute. Let's do this. Whoa! You stupid wiggler. I swear, that sounds like a slur. It kind of splashed back at me. And remember, chat, by buying W, you are supporting local content creators like me if you use one of our codes. This level here, it has some really clever puzzles. I'll have to show it to you. That. Wait, it's your viewers. So the way this level works. Wait, hold up. I'll have to test this next time I see a question mark block, but apparently, I just found out that you can spin into them to hit the block, or to get the coins out of them. I swear I was not about to make that jump. I hate those platforms. I had this one viewer, Colorado Boy, he used to clip every time I would die to them. Ah, shit. This level is really easy, like, once you get the hang of it. Or if you've played enough puzzle solving games like old Zelda. Now, I'm not saying the newer games don't provide a challenge, I'm just saying that they do, but not quite in the same way as the older ones did. Now, this section here is where it starts to get really hard. But what you have to do is keep that chomp from exploding. You know, this isn't the only level in the game where you have to have an enemy following you. There's another one. Like, it's not as a pain to do, but it's still pretty hard. You know, we'll get there when we get there. Right, where's the switch? Where's the switch? Yes, I found it. And just like that, we got the star. Third time's the charm. Mario, I have a letter for you. I got Sakazi God jobs aid, and slackers do not apply. Okay, Boulder Bowl, where is that? Ah, shit. I will get to that when we have to grind to get up to 55 stars. Okay, this level, I absolutely... What the heck? Technical difficulties, please stand by. Looks fine. Alright, chat, I'm gonna show you how to install Game On to USB Loader GX because we're having a bit of technical difficulties. So, one of the cool things about this is that it lets you dump your own copies of games. Let's see if I know how to do this right. Now, this is actually me making a legal copy, so Nintendo can't do anything. Now, it's going to take a little bit, so during that time, I would like to talk about today's sponsor, Debbie. What this is it is a crash-free free energy drink, and it contains four essential vitamins and amino acids. It has vitamin C, B3, B6, and B12, along with L-taurine, L-tyrosine, L-glutamine, L-citrulline, along with 150 milligrams of caffeine and 100 milligrams of whole coffee fruit extract. Right now, I'm drinking the Push and Punch flavor, but they have a lot more of them out there. Like, they have some anime collabs. Let's see, what are some other flavors I've had? There's Tiger's Blood, there's Japanese Yuzu, just quite a variety of flavors. I'd totally recommend W to anyone, and you can use my code YEETMAN to get 10% off. I could personally recommend the. Oh yeah, and there's a really good s'more flavor. Yeah, the s'more flavor. That one has to be one of my favorites. Yep. Usually, streamers don't get recommended the best products, and that explains why you don't really see them using them on stream. Like, cause these advertising companies, they see this famous guy, like, huh, let's use his face for money. On, we're almost there. Oh, what is it? Right, I apologize for inconvenience, but we had a slight bit of technical difficulties. Alright, we have 2 minutes. So, chat, do we have any questions about anything? How's everyone's day going? Have we played any good games lately? Chat, I apologize for my parents arguing.
You have no control over them. We're sorry, chat.
Please,
Sorry.
please help me out so that way I don't have to keep living here.
Sorry, chat.
Please. Usually I don't beg, but yeah, I'm not demanding you send me
We're
money,
sorry, chat. We're
but
sorry.
you know, or anything helps. Honestly, I really hope that my Super Mario Galaxy 2 disc doesn't screw me over too bad, because if it keeps messing up like that, then I won't be able to play ROM hacks, which is the primary reason I bought it. That's the thing with homebrewing a Wii. It's that a lot of people think, you have it easy, get a bunch of your games digitally and you're all set. But there's this mod loader, it's called Riva, requires a physical disc to be there. Because one of the things about the Wii is that it never really had enough space to install its own games onto the console. Like, you can get virtual console games on there, but like you can't get the newest game. Alright, come on, please work. Right, we're back, boys. Or boys and girls. If there's any watching me, I highly doubt that. And that there is a reminder why we should have both physical and digital media. See, if these companies want to start charging us over $80 for a game, I expect to get both a physical and digital copy of my game. Alright, come on, please work. Yes! Now, like I was saying earlier, I friggin' hate this level. You know what this sounds like? It sounds like the... What is it? Those rooms in Mario Odyssey. That's what this sounds like. Dude, that's what's so good about the Mario soundtrack. It's that Nintendo can keep getting away with remixing the same old stuff. In fact, get this. Pay attention to every Mario Kart home pay attention to the menu theme of every Mario Kart game and you'll realize it is a remix of Super Mario Kart. Alright. I'm starting to get better with my commentary, but I need to get better at my gameplay. Damn it! Oh, if only Colorado Boy was here to clip that. Right, where is my Twitch chat doc? I know I have it somewhere. So usually I would pause during ads, but as of right now, there is no way for me to see when the ads are coming, so if I continue playing through ads, I apologize. Just tell me when they end, as well as when they started. That way I can give you a full recap of everything that happened since you were out. Queso started doing this, and honestly, most streamers should start doing this, and that is either pausing your game during ads or giving a full recap of everything that happened during the ad break. I mean, that would be great, especially for people like me who play a lot of story focused games, you know, like old Final Fantasy, and I pretty much like Zelda, you know, any plot driven game, because those games are only good if like the viewer understands what's going on. Now, I'm not saying they're bad, I'll just say that it helps to understand where the streamer is. I hate this spring mushroom. Fuck! Ah, damn it. And I just died. I am about to get the first game over of the series. Or I think it is. Wait a minute. Is there a way to do this without the spring? I feel like I could do it. Told you I could do it. Let's go! See, what Nintendo is probably thinking when making that level is, we understand people hate the spring mushroom. It will make it look like we're forcing you to use it, but we're actually not. Now I just need to find a way to get back up there. Now let's hope I never have to do this level again. The W is great, but my one complaint with it is that for some reason there's always this sort of white liquid at the bottom of it when I make it. I don't know if anyone else has that problem. Also, I gotta show you guys a trick I learned. Now, I'm not the best at timing it, but I'm starting to get better at it. And now, it's time to finish Starshine Beach so I can put it to use. Also, one thing I'm glad that Nintendo changed with Galaxy 2 is letting Yoshi go into water. Or not letting Yoshi swim, letting Yoshi touch water. No, I was so close, chat. I did it! You know, that exact section is how I learned how to infinite flutter. Okay, someone will have to clip that. Because normally, the way Nintendo wants you to do it is by using that berry, or that it sort of inflates him. But we just said no. We want to fly on Yoshi because we don't like the limited amount of air. Ah, dang it. Let's go, I got the second silver star. I just really love the beach levels in this game. Right, let's see if I get infinite flutter up to that one. This is actually the fastest I have beaten this level. Watch, I know I can make it, chat. And then imagine my alignment gets a little bit off. Okay, why can't I make it? Okay, I'm gonna stop embarrassing myself. So that there is how Nintendo wants you to do it, but if only I could make it over there. Now let's see if I can add some speed to the infinite blur, because Dad, you're costing me viewers. What the hell? Okay, chat. If I randomly mute my mic, it's because my parents are arguing. Okay, like, for example, right now. Is it not even working? What the hell? The mute switch on this thing doesn't even work. Alright, please don't be a speedy comet. I was supposed to say cosmic clone comet. You know, I like this level, but the clones, they're gonna add a bit of a challenge to it. But that's fine because, you know, not every game is supposed to be super easy. The sad part about this level is that the clones make it near impossible because the way it works is you need to stand on the platforms in order to keep the... As I was saying, the way this level works is, for those of you who weren't here earlier, we have to stand on the platforms to keep the chomp moving. How do you burn your eye?
Oil gets into the eye.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Shit! Okay, I missed an input. Dad, stop. The mute switch on my mic doesn't work right. You've been through a lot lately, yeah? Maybe you should just take a break for a little while? No, I can't. The fans are counting on me. Okay, tell you what, we will go back to that level later. Because I just don't want to have to play it right now. Because my parents are a bit of a distraction. No, I'm not using them as a cop-out for bad gameplay skills. Like, if any of you guys have seen me back in my prime, which I would consider 2023, 2024, how ironic, I'm 24 Yeet Man, and the prime of my career was 2024. That was some Oda level foreshadowing. Oh, who am I kidding? It was obviously 2025 when I was at my best. Because I had the biggest audience over on all or most of my platforms. They brought back those enemies from Galaxy 1. Oh, I hate them so much. Hey, where does this even lead? Coins are so useless in this game. I forgot where I'm even supposed to go. I need to find the cloud flower, that way I can make it over there. Is it somewhere around here? No, this is a mystery room. Let's at least try to complete this one, see what we get. Okay, there is no way I'm making that. Told you I'm not gonna make that. Maybe I'm supposed to go through there? Also, I love how the music changes as you go underwater. That is some great attention to detail. Honestly, that's something that doesn't get talked about enough in Mario games is their level of detail. The only time we wouldn't get hit by one of those. So what we want to do with this is take the fastest route over here that would require the least amount of platforms. Now we have one free platform to use if we ever need to jump again. Yes, I told you I could make it. Alright, now we're at 45. I believe it's 55 to go into World 6. Get yourself a pretty cool cloud thingy there. Looks like some fun. Oh, I forgot So, the way it works is I have two saves on here. One on my Wii and the other on my Wii U. See, thing is, I wasn't originally planning on using my Wii U for anything. But my brother insisted that I mod it. so I have it available if I ever want to play any games. I'm thinking about playing Cloudy Super Mario Bros. U2. Now, obviously, we're not going to play the first one because the creator himself said it sucks. Now, as for non-Nintendo content, I have a 360. I'm planning on getting a PS2 because I know that Mario doesn't pay the bills, and if it did, Nintendo would sue me. Wait, does this actually work? Huh. So it doesn't work the way I thought it did. Oh, I need to get that Comet Medal. That way I can 100% the game off camera later. So you can break those blocks with the spin, but not normal question mark blocks. Alright, noted. Is he throwing up again? It's like something burning.
It's the fish.
What?
It's the fish. It's the fish. It's cooking.
Okay, okay, understood.
Just trying to bake so that your dad is not here.
Yeah, it's funny how they're cheering you on from your Wii remote as you finish something like that. Let's grab that coin. And just like that, we made it to the end of the level. Huh, so that's interesting. So, whenever you get one of those life mushrooms, not to be confused with the 1-up, but the ones that add to your HP, instead of raising it to 9 when you already have 6, it just gives you a 1-up. But there is some really clever game design. Because it shows that Nintendo put some thought into designing that power-up. That knew that somebody was going to find a way to get more than one. And that cutscene, it sounded like the newer Mario Wonder era voice actor. I want to see if I can hit Bowser from there. Okay, no, you cannot. I just thought that, with his fist exposed, it was probably so you could hit him. And there is a way to hit him there by using those rocks on him. Got him! Just barely hit him, let's go! What I love about the Bowser fight in between worlds is that they're sort of preparing you for the final battle. Actually, that's what Mario games do best. They teach you gameplay mechanics to prepare you for the end of the game. That way, it's not insanely hard for people to get the hang of. Honestly, I miss that era of Mario games. Because nowadays, Nintendo is making them way too easy to try to be more kid friendly. Well, the kids aren't really playing Mario like they used to. Like nowadays, they're playing Roblox, Fortnite, a lot of stuff that isn't for kids. Now, I'm not saying Roblox isn't for kids, but most of the stuff they're playing isn't like your traditional kids games. I'm just going off the majority. I'm pretty sure there are still plenty of kids who still enjoy playing Mario games, but like it's not as common now. In fact, get your kid a Switch 2 and they'll probably load up Fortnite with the boys. Yeah! Also, another sad thing is that they changed Zelda too much. Now, don't get me wrong, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, they are great games, but they're just not good Zelda games. Wait, how do I make this make sense? Like, it's comparable to Cars 2, great movie, but not a good sequel. Okay, what the hell? I'm about to hit a quip. Let's go. So this one actually took me a while to figure out, but once I did, I understood how the level works. Yeah, and this is the kind of puzzle solving that I miss from the classic era of Zelda. That there is very reminiscent of the DS era games, Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks. Reminds me of how the boomerang item would work in those games, where you would have to make a path for it on your screen. Wait a minute, I can mod those to have analog controls. Hold up, I know what I gotta do after I end stream later today. Where the Wii U is totally underrated in homebrew is actually through DS emulation, because you have access to pretty much the definitive way of playing DS games on the big screen. Because the gamepad acts as your second screen, and it, it's cropped just right to where it doesn't look too heavily stretched. Let's go, we just got some started. Alright, I just need to get 6 more stars. I think I need 6 more. Yeah, that's right. Now this level, this one is really cool. Why can't I collect those? That is my biggest complaint moving from Galaxy 1 to 2. That Galaxy 1 let us collect all the star bits no matter how far away they were. If they were on the screen, we could just grab them. Zawaddle. But I understand, there are technical limitations. Also, now I'm starting to wonder what this game would have been like if it would have been just an expansion of Galaxy 1. These here remind me of the first Sonic movie when Eggman shoots all those missiles at Sonic, and like he's so fast that everything around him just slows down. He's knocking them all away. It's so funny. So, is anyone excited for Sonic 4 in 2027? Also, which game do we think it's adapting more content from, CD or Heroes? Me personally, I think it's gonna be a bit of both. CD was the game to introduce Metal Sonic, but he was more prevalent in Heroes. Also, like, it's the game that the current Sonic fanbase remembers more. Also, Sega, please give us a remake. I'm not locked in. So another cool thing is that I recently bought a copy of Sonic Adventure 2 on Steam for $5. What the? Yo, somebody clip that. Or off camera I wasn't able to get this. Hopefully I can do it. Crap! I was so close. I was off by 1 coin. Got him. Let's say that there is clever usage of an enemy, sort of used as a platform to bounce off into that star over there. Alright, there we go. Let's go over here to here. We just completed Space Storm. Let's see. Let's go to this one. A walk on the weird side. Here we go. I don't remember him being there last time I played. Yo, somebody clip that. Dude, the timer here is absolutely brutal. So what you gotta do is you gotta hit those guys out of midair. Was that a JoJo's reference? Yo, somebody clip that. I might have to start potentially paying someone to make clips of my streams because I do be hitting some pretty good clips. I'm probably hidden because of my lack of consistency when making content. Now, I've completely accepted, it's my fault because, you know, I've been putting so much into TikTok that I haven't been posting on YouTube or Twitch. The thing is, you know, TikTok has an easier algorithm, requires a lot less editing. It's where more viewers are. Guys, I hate to say this, but not as many people are using YouTube or Twitch nowadays. In fact, I asked most of my fans to watch me on Twitch, and most of them said they don't even have it. I'm, of course, talking about my in-person fan base. Because, let's be honest, if my online fans didn't even have it, how would I even be an affiliate? Which, honestly, that achievement feels unearned because I didn't really build much of an audience there. I just got lucky a few times. I was able to maintain an average of 3, and then they dipped. And I just barely made that. Chat, you gotta clip that. Also, one of the levels that's coming up, they bring back the legendary Sandbird from Mario Sunshine. I forget which one it is. Watch this. And get clipped. See, if I line up my shot just right, I can easily hit any one of them. I hate how they had to put the Fire Flower on a timer in this game. Actually, what was the reason behind Nintendo putting the Fire Flower on a timer in Galaxy 1 and 2? Alright, chat, this is where it gets hard. Pause. What do I mean by that? Out, my YouTube viewers, I know you guys know this, but I had this friend Toby, and me and him, we used to make everything inappropriate. Oh, yeah, and like I'd bring my laptop and we'd play stuff like Mario Kart and Super Smash Bros. Melee, on Dolphin. and most of the time it ended in violence. Like, I'm actually serious. Like, there was this one time I punched his glasses off, and he elbowed me, and my god, it hurt. That will all memory of my high school years. Transform! Now, there is a Daredevil comic with this mission, but it is so hard. So the way this one works is you have to use the fire flower and shoot at him every time his mouth is open. Also, I love this little remix of the fire flower theme. Why can't it fucking work? Come on! Got him! First try! Oh, no. Just no. I'm not gonna go back to previous levels yet, unless I absolutely have to. See, I'm currently at 50 stars. I just need to get 5 more. Sailing the Sandy Sea. Now this here is an interesting one because it's a callback to Mario Sunshine because they bring back the legendary Sand Bird. One thing that Mario games love to do is reference previous entries in the series. Whether it be through music or bringing back something from a previous game. Bro, somebody clip that. Ah, shit. Okay, I did not mean to go over there. So what we want to do is go onto this block and then make a jump right there. Chat, clip that. Don't fall? No shit, I shouldn't fall. Now, thinking about this level here is that this section seems pretty easy, but as time goes on, it gets faster. Also, enemies like those Magic Koopas will show up near the end. So what we want to do is shoot them with our star bits, so that way, like, we can stun them. Because they shoot fire, and that takes blocks out of the Sandbird. Now thankfully whenever we hit them, it can heal us. So let's go through here. Now this is where the enemies start coming in. First they send us a silver chomp, but it gets worse. Or wait, no, maybe not. I don't know why, but I thought they'd bring in Magic Koopas again. But apparently I was wrong, and honestly I'm pretty glad I was. So now we just need to get 4 more stars, and then we can go in to the last boss, or not the last boss, but you know, the final boss before World 6. And I believe this game has 6 worlds. I mean, 6 worlds to the main story. Oh, now this guy, it was so hard. I was able to beat him on the first try when I was playing Neo Mario Galaxy for the first time, which is a ROM hack that I would totally recommend to you guys. If my disk drive, or not my disk drive was starting to wear out, if my disk wouldn't have those problems reading, I have to be really careful here because if we lose our Cloud Mushroom, that means that we can't hit those jumps. Alright, so here's the reason why they gave us one. Just barely made it. Now, I'm not gonna waste them. I'm going to conserve them. Honestly, I think I could have went that last jump without using it. Damn it! And one of these has to hit. Wait, hold up. Maybe I'm supposed to... What the... I know I can hit the shot. Alright. I missed it, but... Off camera, I was able to get it. Aw, damn it. Shit. What I need is a coin, that way I can heal. So in order to prevent unnecessary damage, I will have to run on the ice. At least until I can get that mushroom over there. Oh, damn it. Let's go, we made it. Ah, what the fuck? So I just have to make it over there. We were able to make it to the flag, just barely. So this is where it gets hard. Pause. Well, that guy shoots numerous projectiles, and one of them is the melon that we have to shoot back. Also, I just realized something. Mario can move backwards on ice if you press Z. Does it do anything? No. It doesn't do anything that I know of. And we got him. First try. I couldn't tell you guys how much I died when I first did this level off camera. Wait, is this that one level with the aliens out in the distance, or is it another one? Because I know that there's a level with aliens in it. No. Just no. Mm-mm. It's Rosalina. Rosalina was probably the one who sent that letter. Yeah, I think that she's at the end of the game. So let's call over the Hungry Luma. Looks like I found a Hungry Luma. Hope you got a stack of Starbits because those guys can eat. What, didn't I just accidentally shoot you with one? God, this game is so confusing. Right, so there is another level. This is Fleet Glide Galaxy, and yes, chat, it's another Fluzzard level. Oh, Mario, why can't you move? Why am I holding it like this? You'll find out pretty soon. Actually, no, I'll change my grip. If Universal goes all in on the Galaxy movie, I like to see one of the Fluttershy levels as a ride at Orlando. That would be so cool. So anyone who works at Universal or has connections, I have an idea for you. Is my brother is going there for his senior trip, and let's go. I just beat the level. Now, I wasn't able to get the Comet Medal because I couldn't find all the gates. But, you know, that's fine. In fact, I don't need to get them. If anything, that was going to make this run much harder than it had. So that there is actually a pretty interesting mission. In fact, I got it on the first try yesterday when I was creating the thumbnail for this stream. But let's complete Boo Moon and then get to the end of this world. Oh, that's right. Okay, you know what? I'll try switching to Luigi and see what that does. No, for those wondering, I didn't 100% the game yet. I was just trying. Okay, no, I hate the way he controls. They made Luigi too slippery. I hate the way that he plays. Sorry, but I'm going to have to stick with Mario. I can give him a chance, once I learn how the whole game works, but until then, I just can't. Ah, damn it. See, that is what happens when you force your way into there. I was about to say, weren't there three of those? This here is a great place to farm lives. Also, here's a fun fact. This is the part of Mario Galaxy 2's credits where you can actually die. And one thing that people found out was it will crash the Switch version. And the way this section works is actually pretty interesting. It was like a book, and let's go. Yeah, instead of having to repeatedly flip the switch, what it does is it will automatically keep going off. And it better spawn on the ground. Okay, thank God. If it didn't, I would crash out. Alright. Oh. Yeah, my neck cracked pretty loud. Alright, 256, which is how much storage I plan to put on my modded Wii. Once I can find a drive at an affordable price, I will go buy one and then format it to FAT32 and stick it in the Wii. Because since discs don't really last forever, I am going to have to produce digital backups of them. Now, I'm not saying I condone piracy. In fact, earlier in the stream, you guys saw me dump my own copy of the game. It's around here somewhere. I just need to find out where it is. I really wish there was a way to get rid of them. Because that is what makes this level hard. The fact that they're chasing me down and you can't do anything about it. So my trick for this though is to hug the walls. Yeah, I've tried that mini game there off camera quite a bit, and I was never able to complete it. So here we're going to get the Boo Mushroom, which honestly I'm surprised I haven't seen all game, but then again, there aren't really that many ghost themed levels, so there wasn't much use for it. Also, most of them are out in the sun. And if you know, you know. What I'm getting at is the Boo Mushroom instantly goes away when exposed to light. Also, one thing that they could have done was make it to where when you use it, it would let you go through enemies. But then again, that would make it way too broken. But we're forgetting this little lets Mario fly. So of course it's gonna be a rare item. Now that we think about it, it wasn't really in Galaxy 1 that much. It was in like 1 or 2 levels. But let's see. It was in that one ghost level with Luigi in it. Although, what is it with Nintendo and associating Luigi with ghosts? Can we have a ghost level that isn't themed after Luigi's Mansion? I miss the area. I miss the era where they had them themed around Super Mario World's ghost houses. I mean, I don't blame them because, well, Luigi's Mansion was one of their best launch titles. They with their levels. And that should be all the power-ups in this game so far. Let's see. Wait, there's space for another one? Huh. What haven't we collected yet? Oh, it must be the ice flower. Because I don't remember getting that one in this game yet. But one thing I keep forgetting is I don't play this game as often as I should. Someone trying to do a full playthrough of it. Alright, Bowser Jr.'s Boom Bunker. Let's do the final Bowser Jr. fight. Oh god, no! Ha! Don't worry, it's broken. Sure it is. What are you trying to get me killed? This reminds me of the first area boss of Mario Galaxy 1, where you had to guide the bullet bills. Also, I know I say this a lot, but yeah, love the attention to detail in this game, as well as how it rewards you for certain actions. Like, as you just saw, me hitting the target. Let's see if I can hit it again. Okay, so it does it every time you hit it and not just when you hit the center. Alright, there's Bowser Jr. again. Let's take him out. and get clipped. Hold up. For some reason the platform didn't go in the right area. And that's how you do it. It's getting bigger. Oh shit, now he's got a tank. But I need to figure out how to get a cloud flower again. This is one of the things I really like about this game. It's that usually in a Mario game with bosses, it's normally just do the same thing 3 times. But in the Galaxy games, it's different. There's this third phase that changes everything about it. So it was back when Nintendo games actually took skill. And done. Beat him on the first try. Let's go. I just got done with my stream. Fine shit just messaged me. And now we are on World 6. Is that Womp's Fortress? And thank y'all for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Join me on... when am I available next? Let me check my work schedule. February 1st at 6 p.m. I will finish the game. Or maybe I might, depending on my schedule. But see you guys next time.